Okay. What's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and this takes me back, like, I don't know, 6 years. Today, we're playing a little Elder Scrolls V. Skyrim. Just recently finished up Oblivion. And so we move on to the final game, or the latest, I suppose, Elder Scrolls game in the series. So after this, I'll be done. I know I didn't technically finish Arena or Daggerfall, but I think we've after this we'll have had a good run of Elder Scrolls games. I'll feel comfortable with the series. So, Skyrim, we are playing on PC, as we have done with all the other games, and, of course, with the PC brings mod support, as if you've watched the other playthroughs, you've seen that. Skyrim, of course, is the big daddy of modded games. I mean, I don't know as far as, like, most modded game or anything like that. I would assume that's probably Minecraft, but there are a lot of mods for Skyrim. And recently, of course, they had the Skyrim Special Edition. And so, I actually didn't own Skyrim on PC. I guess. I don't know. I must have played it only on 360. It wasn't in my Steam library. So anyways, so the decision came to whether or not to buy Classic Skyrim or Special Edition, and I went with Classic. Primarily because of mod support. There are far more mods available right now for Classic Edition, and a lot of modders don't even seem to care about Special Edition. Special Edition brings HD textures, which of course you can get with Classic Edition, as you'll see. And I believe it has, like, innate support for x64 architecture, but that's really not that big of a deal. There didn't seem to be really any pros for getting Special Edition, and I think I'm going to end up being pretty happy with Classic. And I picked it up for $15, so with all the DLC, so I can't really go wrong there. And I have spent the entire day pretty much modding Skyrim. It was a lot of work. I went through a couple ENB presets, deleting some mods, making sure it all works, and blah blah blah. It seems fairly stable, but again, I have not tested it in any sort of extended manner. I would expect there to be crashes at some point, just like the other games. It's just how it goes. We have a little over 150 mods installed. Some of them are massive, some of them not so much. A lot, like, this is not classic vanilla Skyrim as you have remembered it. Almost everything has been touched in some way. And so we'll see exactly how when we start a new game, because we are not going to be on a cart heading into our execution. As we see the first major mod here, which is the Live Another Life mod. Sorry. And so we go straight into character generation here. And as you'll see, there are a shit ton of options. A shit ton of options. I don't even know what some of these are. They're like abbreviated, and I don't know. You can go hog wild in here with your character generation. Obviously, I don't really care about any of that because it's a first-person game, for me at least. And the reason there's like a depth of field or something like that with the ENB preset, so that's just for that. It's not a problem. So I installed all this the character supreme generation. Like, you can even, like, go into sculpt, and you can, like, really, it's just, yeah. I'm not sure why I installed it. There must have been some reason. It was a prerequisite or something. But anyways, as we make our character. We're going to be an Altimer, of course, to wrap up the whole series, staying true to our Nazi roots. And you can see the benefits as far as skills that each race starts with. So Altimer, of course, are good at all the spellcasting schools, and there is a lot of magic changes happening, so be prepared for that. So we're, of course, going to be a male. You can be a female Altimer, who looks quite a lot better than males do. Females in general in the Skyrim modding community just get the better end of the deal, probably for obvious reasons. And if you switch over to like an Imperial female, yeah, there's some. I mean, this is what people do. There's you can make a good looking woman fairly easily. And we got some crazy, I think there was some crazy hair I was looking at. Like, yeah, look at this real poofy hair. Look at that, it's crazy. You can make it all sorts of, you can make and like the anime type look is really big in the thing. And I'll let you know, I didn't install any nude mods. You have to go out of your way. Like, the mods that give, like, that change the body textures and the face textures and all that they look good, but you have to go out of your way to uncheck the nude thing, because they all love that. But anyways, yes, we're playing an Altimer, we're playing male, and presets, I think there was one I was okay with. I think it was this one I was okay with. Again, I'm not looking at him, so it doesn't matter. We'll change his hair to make it a little longer. There you go. And we can give him some war paint. You can do stuff like that. Some basic shit. I like I said, I don't care. But you can spend hours doing this. Give him some little facial hair. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me. So that's all we're gonna really look at. All right. So we name our character Mangg, of course. And so, okay, this is the live another life beginning. When you make a new character, you're dumped into this prison cell, and you're gonna see all sort of mod shit come up on the upper left. Just don't worry about that. Yeah, so you're just dumped in this prison cell. There's no items or anything. You can't go out through the door. The only thing in here is this statue of Mara, and so we activate that, and
choose where your new life shall begin.
We are now deciding how we want to start the game. So it's a pretty extensive list. I'll go down it. I arrived on board a ship. I own property in one of the holds. I'm a new member of a guild. I'm a patron at a local inn. I'm a soldier in the army. I got caught crossing the border illegally, which is the vanilla start. I want to escape this cell. I'm an outlaw in the wilds. I'm a vigilant of Stendar. I'm camping in the woods. I was shipwrecked off the coast. I'm a vampire in a secluded lair. I'm a necromancer in a secret location. I'm a warlock's thrall. I was attacked and left for dead. I'm an agent with a Thalmor embassy. And you surprise me, which will just randomly pick one. So yes, you can actually start as a vampire. Or you can start as a necromancer. And this will, when I was doing all my testing, I had this mod installed, and so every time it surprised me. It puts you in some interesting situations. Like, sometimes you will just be, one of them that I got was like, I was apparently like a merchant or something like that. I was attacked on the road, and so I woke up, like, surrounded by bodies, and I had almost nothing on me. Out in the wilderness, and it was a really interesting start. Another one, I was like a marauder, so I was in like a cave with a bunch of other marauders, but they were all friendly to me, and so I could loot a bunch of stuff in the cave. I could kill the marauders if I wanted, and then but when I left the cave, I was like out in the middle of nowhere, and so it kind of makes it interesting. I'm not actually sure if I want to pick one. I think I might just go with Surprise Me and we'll just deal with it. That could be really dangerous because, of course, I've changed some enemy mods and I have some enemy mods and things like that. It's not going to be easy starting out. But I think this is the most interesting. Some of the, I mean, I don't want to start as a vampire. I think I'll be a little bummed if I get that. I may even restart if I get vampire, but we'll see how it goes. So you activate the bed, and now we will get thrown into some sort of life. Anything is possible. I think I got the vampire one. Hold on, let me check the journal. It should say. Yeah, I think I am a vampire. Shit. Okay, we'll start over. I don't want that start. That was the one thing I didn't want. Luckily, I'm not spending too much time on my character, so it's not a big deal. Gosh, yeah, it's tricky to really talk about all the mods that I have going on. Of course, there are plenty of graphical mods, retextures, ENB presets, lighting mods, weather mods, all that kind of stuff, par for the course. That's pretty much what I wanted. He's like more yellow than I want him to be, though, actually. I'm never going to look at him. It really doesn't matter, but hold on. I want to change his skin tone a little bit. I want to, like, pale out a little bit there. There you go. That's a little better. All right. That's fine. I can live with that. One mod that I debated about doing for a while was the Frostfall, I think it's called. It's a mod that adds sort of hypothermia and temperature concerns and things like that. So if you're out in the wilderness and up in a mountain without, proper clothing and things like that, you can get hypothermia. It adds that sort of whole element to it. I debated about adding it because I was just not sure if I wanted that extra complexity to my playthrough. In the end, I installed it all because you can turn it on and off with just a little button press. So if I decide I don't like it, we can just turn it off. But all right, so we got our start here. Let me just see. Death to the Stormcloaks. With all the troubles this world has, what in oblivion was Ulfric thinking when he murdered High King Torrig? Bastard actually just walked right into Solitude and used the Thu'um to shout him apart. By the gods, I've decided to join up with the Legion and personally make it my mission to see to it Ulfric pays. Alright, so that starts us out. We are in the Legion headquarters, I guess. Alright, fine. It could have been a lot worse than this. We're in a fairly good position. Alright, so the ENB preset. So the ENB, I don't even know what it stands for. It stands for something, but it basically makes your game look better. Some people disagree, they don't like ENBs, but I generally think they do improve the whole thing. And so basically, if you just get ENB, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't make your game look good at all. But there are so many settings to ENB that what people do is they give you presets that have pre-configured settings for all this stuff, and that can wildly change how the game looks, the lighting, the bloom effects, all that kind of stuff. So the first one that I tried was kind of weird, to be honest. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a sort of surreal, dreamlike look to all the terrain and stuff like that. It was kind of strange. Like, it was like, I think the problem was like all the physical terrain was sort of brighter, whereas the sky was dark. And so that gave like a really sort of ethereal, dreamlike quality to the whole thing. So then I switch. Yeah, it's a bright freaking sky. Then I switched to this one, and sort of the defining quality about this preset was colors. It's a very, very colorful preset. There's a lot of vivid colors, like Technicolor. Like it's you'll see once we get out of it. There's a lot of, the sky is bright as shit. Let me just get out of the morning fog here. I think are we like up in the mountains? Yeah, we're high up. Probably once I get down, it'll be you'll see what I mean. I'm not completely happy with this one, if I can be honest. But this was the second one that I tried, and once you get all your mods set up, it's not entirely simple to change the presets because they have sort of different compatibilities. I would have changed the weather mod and the lighting mod and stuff like that, and so I was just like, screw it. I don't hate it. I think it is pretty solid, but the lighting is, like, the sky is probably a bit too bright for my taste. But I think overall it looks pretty decent. Skyrim is never going to look that incredible. Like, for screenshots, people can make it look amazing, just like, Grand Theft Auto or whatever, but in actual gameplay, yeah, you still realize you're just playing a game. And then we have this weird torch effect. I don't know what's causing that. That doesn't happen with all torches, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Like I said, we're gonna have we're gonna have some issues. Some I can maybe work out, others probably not. But the graphics are really secondary for me. I don't really... I like going through all the E&B stuff and making it look prettier just because I guess I kind of like the whole modding process. But really, we're here for the gameplay. And I know I'm just doing a lot of explanation before we get into the stuff. But that's okay. So, of course, texture updates all across the board. Armor, weapons, ground, walls, plants, creatures, bugs, rabbits. Everything pretty much got some sort of texture update if it was available. Okay, so let's go to mod configuration here. So this is all the mods that I have installed that have their own submenus. And this was a thing that I noticed compared to Oblivion, was the customization available within mods. Like if we go to Apocalypse Spells, which is one of our spell mods, you can see here like how much you can adjust like individual spells and just, stuff like this that really would not have been really available in Oblivion, and if it was, it would have been in like an ini file or something like that. If we go to Awaken Magicka, you can change all sorts of little modifiers to spell power and costs and just all sorts of stuff. Deadly dragons, we can adjust exactly how powerful we want dragons to be. So we're going to make it expert. I want dragons to be something to be feared. So you can see they have plus 75% attributes, melee damage, some armor, magic resist, magic damage. So dragons are not to be fucked with. Some of this stuff I'm going to have to just go through and adjust once I'm done with this video. We'll turn on Frostfall because I believe that, yeah, it's disabled by default. So we'll turn it on. We'll see how it is. Again, I haven't really properly experimented with all this. Gives you a book telling you how to stay warm and stuff like that.
Being old's not so bad.
You are now prepared to face a colder, harsher Skyrim. And yeah, like, okay, so clothing and armor add warmth and coverage, which are like an armoring against the environment. I liked the idea of it, and if I was just playing on my own, I would absolutely have it. It was just for the sake of the playthrough. I wasn't exactly sure if it would be too bothersome or not. Warmth is higher with gear that has insulation and furs. It slows down your rate of exposure at all times. So I just really like all that shit. Which is why Bethesda is adding a survival mode. Alright, magic. So, you see I have a lot of mod-based abilities, which kind of bothers me. I wish I could hide this, but I really don't think that's possible. We have our Fury ability. Creatures and people up to level 6 will attack anything nearby for 30 seconds. I believe this is an Altmer ability. There's a mod that changes the racial abilities for every race, and you can get a quest to unlock a special racial ability, so that's pretty cool. And I like Fury. I liked Rage and Oblivion, so that's pretty good. Harvesting wood and building campfires for the campfire mod, which ties into Frostfall, so you can get warm. Inspect spell. So one of the mods is spell researching, I think. It has its own set of spells, and they're special. I think they're supposed to be just more powerful. And you have to actually like research the spells in order to learn them. I think there's a whole set of them. Some you can find like books and tomes that can help you learn spells, and once you learn some of them, you can start like researching them and spending like a few days of in-game time learning from them to try and figure out new spells and stuff. I really have no idea. I just install a bunch of shit. Instinct. Focus your senses, detect sounds and scents, so that's effective when indoors. Movement cancels the effect. Okay. And weather sense. You can display your current exposure, wetness, and the condition of the weather around it. Actually, I want to see that. The air is cool. Okay, so you can see at the top the yellow bar. That's pretty much how warm it is in the area. So if the bar is more full, then it's pretty warm. And if we went indoors, it would be even more warm, as you can probably imagine. The thing in the upper right, that is our temperature, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I have to recheck. But that little white sliver is like, if it's all the way on the left, that means it's like maximum cold in the area, and we can get hypothermia. If it's all the way on the right, we have no risk of hypothermia. We're as warm and good as can be. So that's good. But, alright, spell choice. This allows us to choose our starting spells. Which was a really cool part at the beginning of Oblivion, so of course I got that same thing. It ties in, it works also with a couple other magic mods that I have that add a lot of new spells. So I actually don't know what many of these spells do. So it's just going to be kind of a pick. So first we get an alteration spell, Candlelight, that makes a floating light, as I found out. Oak Flesh probably gives us some sort of armor or something like that. Alarm, Long Stride maybe increases our movement speed. Prepare for Adventure, no idea. Open Lock, yeah, you probably know what that does. And Grow Claws, which is pretty cool. I'm tempted to try that out, even though I know Open Lock is probably the most useful. I'd like to know what Prepare for Adventure is. Nah, you guys would be upset with me if I didn't pick Grow Claws, right? Alright, Conjuration. We have Bound Sword, Conjure Familiar, Raise Zombie, Bound Dagger, Consuming Power, Flesh of My Flesh, and Desperate Summon. So when I was testing this out, I picked Desperate Summon. Very funny spell. You summon a random Daedra, and that will attack anything in sight, including you. And they can be powerful. Like, you can summon like Frost Atronax right out at level 1 for really not that much mana, not that much magicka. But, you know, if whatever is around you doesn't kill it, it's going to come after you. So I don't think it's actually good. I was throwing it around in towns and stuff, and it was funny, but probably not actually good. Raise Zombie is really the conventional, easy choice. Consuming Power and Flesh of My Flesh. I guess we'll just make some weird choices, because I want to learn what some of this stuff is. So we'll go with Flesh of My Flesh. Starting Destruction spell. Flames, Frostbite, or Sparks. Once again, I think we'll go the lightning route, so we'll go Sparks. Illusion, Clairvoyance, Courage, Fury, Dispel Magic, Ghost Walk, Pale Shadow, Silver Tongue. I think I picked Pale Shadow, and I don't even remember what it did. I'll go with Ghost Walk. That's pretty cool. Restoration spell. Healing. Lesser Ward. Bone Spirit. Circle of Strength. Wild Healing. I picked Wild Healing. It heals you for 40, and it heals a random nearby target for 40, which is usually not good. Circle of Strength probably doesn't help me, so... I mean, healing is really the smart choice here. Let's be honest. But Bone Spirit sounds cool. Alright, and so that is our starting selection of spells. Azura Reconstruction. Expend 20 stamina per second to heal a damaged conjured minion 20 points per second. Okay, so that lets us heal our summons. We have Bone Spirit. Cast a vengeful spirit that homes in on the target and explodes for 50 points of magic damage to undead. Alright, hey, we got a solid undead killer. Ghost Walk. Caster is invisible for 10 seconds or until broken, then teleports back to where the spell was cast. Wow. I don't even know what that would be used for. Shapeshift Claws. Caster goes long, sharp claws, increasing unarmed damage by 15 points for 60 seconds. I mean, we gotta see it. Come on. Quick save. Alright, good. Dude, that's some Wolverine shit right there. Ugh. Watch out, I got claws. That's awesome. That's really cool. Alright, that's really cool. And then we have Sparks, which is sort of your basic, yeah, Palpatine-esque lightning, and we can claw and we can spark, and yeah, it looks cool. Don't mind me, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I have to fix that purple thing. I don't know what that is. I'll have to look into that. Alright, so that's our magic. Okay, I think if we sort by cost, it'll put all this shit on the bottom at least. Okay, what do I even do? Let's see what we have. Okay, we got a bunch of crap. A lot of this is just food. For weapons, we have an Imperial Sword. We've got basic clothing that provides, seems like decent warmth. Yeah, we have Ring of the Minor Guard, and lockpicking is 9% easier, of course. We have some stuff we can sell to buy new stuff. We got some food, some mushrooms, and some books, and a garnet, which we can also sell. Okay, that's decent, I guess. That's a cool looking sword. I got my claws and I'm holding a sword. Damn, I'm deadly. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. I'm excited about this playthrough. There's a lot of cool stuff. Speaking of which, the perk trees, yes. Completely reworked perk trees, expanded, and there's some cool stuff in here. I'm using both Ordinator, I think it's called, and like Percus Maximus or something like that. It's a combination of two. I think I'm just using Ordinator for magic. And then I probably got something else thrown in there. I don't even remember. Wayfarer, I'm pretty sure I don't even remember that. Dexterity, was that can't have been something, I don't know. Anyways, so destruction, we start with 20. So when we get a perk point or whatever, we can get dual casting. Dual casting destruction spell empowers it, increasing effectiveness and cost. That's pretty cool. Dual casting spark. Harsh lesson requires 40. Destruction projectiles spells interrupt targets that are casting a spell. So now work on massive targets. So we can start interrupting fools. And there's a lot of them. All right, there are just a shit ton of perks. So if you cast fire spells in sunlight, frost spells during snowfall, or shock spells in the rain, they cost 30% less. There's just a lot of cool stuff like that. There is, I think, one specifically for fire, frost, and shock, or lightning. So we'll go down the lightning path. We'll focus on that. So, I mean, a lot of them are sort of situational, and you know, it's just sort of little bonuses and things like that, but sort of flavorful and kind of cool. Shock spells that would leave the target above 75% health deal enough additional damage to make up the difference. So that means your first cast, no matter what, drops them to 75%. That's not bad. Shock spells hitting targets that are not fire resistant cause a plasma that deals 5 points of unresistible fire damage per second for 4 seconds. See, that's cool. Shock spells have a 15% chance to lift the target into the air for 2 seconds, preventing movement. Dual casting 6 shock spells in combat triggers a shock nova that deals 150 points of shock damage to nearby enemies and staggers them. Jesus. But of course you want to see the top one, absolute power. Aiming a sparks, lightning bolt, chain lightning, thunderbolt, or lightning storm spell directly at a target will magnetically levitate them in front of you for 6 seconds, reducing magic resistance by 25%. So yeah, you're Palpatining them pretty much. They'll be dead. Yes, so that's all really cool, and there is that kind of cool stuff for pretty much every school. The Conjuration has some really cool ones, especially for like necromancy. You can summon skeleton mages at a bone altar. King of Bone. Assume control of a skeleton while becoming invulnerable. The skeleton does quadruple damage and takes half damage. Yeah, you can summon like armies of skeletons. It's cool. There's a lot of cool stuff. It's going to take a while to just look through all of it. Alrighty then. The rest of the stuff I'm really going to have to look into. Like I said, I haven't experimented with all these mods. I just made sure that they all work. The game works. It looks okay. And then I started the video. So, we must begin. Well, we should really begin by getting outfitted. So I guess we should go to a shopkeep of some type. Bits and pieces. The other thing that bothered me with the first ENB preset that I tried was the interiors were way too dark. I was sick of it. I don't want to have to use Night Eye constantly. And so this preset gives much better interiors, in my opinion. I mean, so, the whole realism, lighting and all that is fine for some people, but I was a little tired of it. I feel completely warm in here.
Said you got here just before the execution. Must have been a lovely first.
Yeah, but what have you got for sale? Okay, so we've got some backpacks made out of fur. Carrying capacity increased by 57 points. That's probably pretty good because we're not going to have much carry capacity. We can increase the stamina. We got some bedrolls here. That's probably going to be good. Let's go down the list here. Okay, you got some weapons, but that doesn't really... I don't care about that. Probably want to start getting outfitted in some light armor. But as you'll see, light armor, like, very little warmth. The clothes that we have on, like a belted tunic, is 110 warmth. Which is massive compared to, the other stuff. And you can get travel cloaks. So this gives you a cloak that adds another 40 warmth. So that's pretty good. So that sort of mitigates the 3 warmth from these bracers. That ain't warming you up, son. Ring of Minor Destruction. Well, I'd certainly like to buy that, but I don't think we're going to get it. Necklace of the Storm King. An immortal ghost fights for you. It has 46 points of health and stamina. What are you doing with this knick-knack? The whole alchemy system has been completely reworked. All sorts of new potions have been added and all sorts of stuff. So that's interesting. Spell Tome Corrosion. Reduces the target's armor rating by 15 every 4 seconds for 60 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times. Wow. You could really just corrode the shit out of somebody. And then there's a bunch of miscellaneous crap. There's also lockpicks, which we should probably buy. But let's sell, shall we? Garnet. Probably don't want to sell anything that I'm not sure about. Gold earring we don't need. Silver rings we don't need. We'll keep the sword just in case. That leaves us with 651 gold. Not a massive amount. We should buy a backpack. I like white. White's a good color. I mean, warmth. We'll figure out. We'll figure out where we want to be at for warmth. We do need a little armor though, so I think we should buy the hide bracers. And I don't think we have a helmet. Actually, what do we have? We have a hat. It's providing 30 warmth. All right. Yeah, I certainly don't have enough for the Ring of Minor Destruction, but we'll add a cloak made out of fur. Okay. That's maybe good. I mean, should I get, like, a potion? I don't know. Maybe not. We have some traveling ahead of us. I know that. I think we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So the only thing I know, I don't really know where I'm supposed to go for the main quest. I've forgotten. The only thing I remember of Skyrim is Whiterun. Everything happens at Whiterun. That's where you want to be. So I guess that's where we'll try to head. I'm hoping I can hire like a cart to get there. But let's put on our bracers and our helm and our cloak and our backpack. There, we look like a traveler. Not look, we're a hardy Altmer. Okay. The backpack blends in with the cloak. It looks all right. You pull out your sword like a badass. And yeah, badass. Oh yeah, you do cool sheaths. All right. Modding is good. I would never be this excited about regular Skyrim. I would be dreading this with regular Skyrim. All right, let's open Skyrim. So yeah, I don't know how loading times are going to be throughout the whole playthrough. I don't expect them to be great, I would say. There's a lot of shit going on here, so we'll just have to deal with it. But we've dealt with bad loading times before. Especially when we're opening Skyrim. I mean, come on. Yep. There might be a way to alleviate this. I really don't know. No, if it works, I'm happy. That's pretty much it. And it works. Okay, so, yeah, well, this area is cold and your exposure will begin to increase. The indicator at the top of your screen, if enabled, shows the current temperature, ranging from frigid to warm. Right. And, of course, it's affected by the weather, so if it's raining, it's going to get worse. We're going to get wet, and that just makes you colder for longer. Snow, if you fall into water, you're dead. I don't know. We'll see. I don't fall in water, I guess. So the blue thing there, that is our wetness. So that will build up as we get more and more wet. And so if we could go into these tents are built for lousy cats. Here, you can get out of the rain. And now we begin to warm up, which is good. So, you know, if you're out in the wilderness or you're climbing a mountain or something like that, you might have to dive into a cave or set up a tent or something like that just to avoid hypothermia. It's probably not good we're starting our adventure in the rain, but You gotta do what you gotta do. Now here, this gentleman, this is who I'm looking for. I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go? Dawnstar, Falkreath, Markath, Morthal, Riften. Riften's good. No. No, hold on. Let me look. Let me look. I'm gonna look. Just hold on. I want to be in this. I need to head over towards the starting region. Helgen. Helgen's where like you start, right? That's where the mare chicken is. We want to get to Whiterun. I think. I mean, that region is where you start, so somewhere around there the main quest will commence. So let's go to Whiterun. It's only 20 gold for him to take me across the country. That's pretty good. So I get to ride in the back with the rain. Probably doesn't feel too great, but we'll get there. So yeah, there's a bunch of magic mods. In fact, the guide that I used, because of course I wanted to follow a mod guide. The mod guide that I used was specifically for mages, for magic characters. So it was based around a lot of graphical stuff to make spells look good, and adding a lot of cool spells, and based around magic characters, which was good. New robes and staves and stuff like that. So I figured that was perfect. So yes, many new spells have been added. You've already probably seen a few of them. I don't think the claw one is in the base game, although it should be. So some spells I have to research. Some spells are just randomly found on enemies. And some spells I can buy, you know, stuff like that. So, I guess this is probably my main complaint with the ENB preset here, and that is nighttime. Nighttime goes from very bright to almost pitch blackness. And you'll see as I wait here 8 hours, you'll see it suddenly just kind of snap. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that's... Also, I spent the entire night just sitting out here, so I'm cold as hell. I don't know what that is. Something's maybe not configured right. If it really pisses me off, maybe I'll work to try a different preset that just... It's a bummer because I do really like the colors. I like the whole Technicolor look. And all that. I think the sunlight usually looks pretty good, but the sky is just like, no sky ever looks like that. Looks alright, but then I don't know, it's just way too bright. Water looks good though. Water looks better than the rocks. So the Jarl, we should probably talk to the Jarl, right? Or I don't know, maybe I should just go out and kill stuff.
There's a nip in the air.
There is a nip in the air. Freezing my ass off. Some of the magic mods that I added add like some really cool spells. But not only that, to get them you have to do a whole like quest line. Like one of them is all about Dwemer. Like you can summon Dwemer, like automatons and things like that. And so there's like a whole Dwemer related quest line that they added. Oh, there's one really cool that I can't wait to try out. To the point of I might even just like show it on video. We might do like an excursion. It's called Darkened, I think. It's completely inspired by Dark Souls. It's a whole separate area that you travel to that's really sort of like a castle, Dark Souls-esque environment. And there's like a quest line there, and there's like some nasty monsters. So I think it said recommended level 15 to go there. So when we get to that point, I think we might do an excursion on camera. Just because that sounds really cool. So yeah, Whiterun looks pretty good. Again, like, see, it looks like there almost isn't anything beyond those walls because it's just so bright. Luckily you can see the mountain. Otherwise, it would be really like. Otherwise, it would just look so weird. I mean, that looks good. I think that looks fairly good. I just don't know why it's so bright. And then, of course, you get the god rays in your eyes. So.
As if Skyrim didn't have enough outsiders.
Yeah, so enemies have pretty much all been reworked to some extent. I think like all the animals are a lot more intelligent, so they're a bit more vicious. Dragons, as you saw, I bumped up their stats. All the other enemies have been sort of improved. Bandits especially have been really reworked. So like there's a bunch of different types of bandits, and I don't think this is where I wanted to be. Oh, I remember her. This is like the Fighters Guild or the Companions or something. Yeah, bandits have been really reworked because you tend to encounter a lot of bandits. There's also random patrols from all sorts of different factions wandering around. And if their faction is hostile to you, they will attack you. I'm hoping it's a little smarter, or at least better than Oblivion was, where in Oblivion it's just they all immediately attacked you. Whereas here I think it's based on some sort of civil war system, so some of them should be at least neutral to you. Oblivion was a little ridiculous with just every other civilization on the planet hating you. So Carl's in here. I don't know if we'll get Carl this time. I don't know if I have much. I can summon companions. I don't need her. Oh, fire looks good. Without that purple stuff going on, I think fire looks fairly good. Although it's kind of like fire usually doesn't disconnect that much. You don't get these random like tufts of flame up in the air unless you're doing something weird. All right, Jarl.
You should be talking to my steward.
Whose side are you on?
That's the war you're referring to. I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has not come yet.
Why do you think Ulfric killed the High King?
No doubt he thought it was the only way to make his point. And also because he knew he could.
Okay, clearly we're not supposed to talk to this guy yet.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward.
Oh, maybe I should talk to his steward. Which guy? This guy?
The task of steward is more important.
I'm looking for work.
The Jarl has put out a bounty on some bandits. Here, take a look at this decree for details.
Oh, I'll do that. Kill the bandit leader. We can do that. That'll be fun, right? The first couple of videos are usually just kind of fucking around. Alright, jagged. No. 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 Here we go. Kill the bandit leader, locate a halted stream camp, and get Imperial gear from Bayran. Oh, that's another miscellaneous quest. Right, it's not the same. Alright, it's a miscellaneous quest, but we'll get to test out some spells. We'll use our claws. It'll be badass. We could get easily, horribly murdered when we go in there, but... Oh yeah, I think that's our special racial ability, is the auto cast, which is pretty cool. I think I also have a mod that sort of does something like that, so I don't know if it nullifies that whole thing, but I think we have like a smart cast mod that I have to look into. I need more spells first, though. No, I want the world map. Halted stream camp. Okay, so it's to the north. If I can just fast travel to the gate. Close enough. What else? What else? What else? There's a ton of mods that add new sort of crazy weapons and armor and artifacts. There's a lot of mods that add new quests and new NPCs and new areas and stuff like that. The only one that I downloaded was Darken, and that's because it caught my eye because it mentioned Dark Souls. And I was like, what? And I didn't really look into it. I saw a couple screenshots. It looked pretty cool. And so I was like, well, we can try that out. Well, I guess I also downloaded a couple magic mods that add new quest lines. But I don't think I'll show those on camera. If I ever end up doing them. Alright, so we are heading north. You'll notice that I'm using a HUD mod, immersive HUD it's called, that automatically hides HUD elements until they're relevant. So a compass would be relevant. Yeah, we're heading in the right direction. I don't know what my plan of attack is. I mean, I can have my sword in one hand and sparks in the other, I guess, is my best bet. I mean, maybe the claws are actually really powerful. I have no frame of reference for the claws. So I guess we can try it. Whoa! Oh, no, not that. No, not that. Jesus, we got skeevers everywhere. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm dying. Alright, we need spells. Stat! Oh my god, I died. Yes! It's gonna be tough at the start. Especially at the start, which is really how it probably should be for a spellcaster. I'm just kind of a wandering dumbass that knows a couple basic spells. Luckily, spells are pretty powerful. Holy shit, he went flying! Alright, catch your breath, man. Catch your breath. We're okay. I mean, I guess I'll just take stuff. I don't know if it'll be useful or not, but... Hey, butterflies! Yeah, There's a mod that massively increases butterfly spawns. Oh, to be honest, oh, you know what? I think I read that, like, the way that I unlock my special racial ability is by picking off 40 butterfly wings. I have no idea why they made that the thing to get my special ability, but I'm pretty sure I read that. Alright, we gotta keep moving. Oh, there you go. See? Since I picked off some wings. Pluck the wings off butterflies. 3 out of 40. So I guess if we see some butterflies, we'll make short work of them, but that seems sort of horrific. But I guess I'm a Nazi, so what can you do? Alright, like, Ghost Walk is kind of worthless. Bone Spirit's only good against undead, and Azure Reconstruction is worthless because I can't summon anything. So all we have are sparks and claws. So let's Right. I also have a dodge. A dodge mod. So if you double tap in a direction, you dodge. I'm coming. Oh, the claws! The claws! Oh, you think you can cast magic? Do I have any potion? I have one potion. No, I don't have any potions. Do I have any sort of healing? I can eat raw canine meat. I should probably cook that. That doesn't do me much good. Damn it. Okay, the claws work though. They do some solid work, but I don't think we should have ran in the middle. That's not how we play. That's not how we play. Okay. I think we should do this. And then slash them. Slash them. You ain't Legolas, baby. Dude, that hurts. That hurt. Dodge. Oh, fuck. The wizard. The wizard is the problem. Okay, we gotta work on the wizard. Which means I have to save my spark for the wizard. I can't expend it on some lesser dude. That's what the claws are for. Hey, hey! The arrows are flying. Here we go. Gotcha, bitch! Who gonna stop me? What you got? You got a cloak, fur armor, sleeveless. I guess it's better than nothing. Some gold. Weak draft of quickening. Ooh, hey, that's pretty good. Thank you. Your arrows are no match for lightning. Careful, one of those arrows could put us down. Oh, you're too slow. Oh, oh, oh. God, I keep double tapping. All right, we took them out. Look at all this shit they got. Fur armor with sleeves would be even better. Lock picks, longbow, we could get into that, but we'll take all that. Alright, that was cool. I'll quick save to that. Fur armor, bear top. Oh, so... Well, there's the underwear. If I had picked the nude mod, she'd be naked right now, and I'd be a big pervert. But luckily, we're okay. Okay. Yes, that was good. Book of Bandits. Well, I wonder what that's about. Oh, we can carry quite a bit. That's good. What else you got in here? You sickos. Wood chopping block. Need a woodcutter's... Oh, I'll take a woodcutter's axe. Hey, we can chop some wood. Look at this. This was probably in vanilla Skyrim, right? You could do this. And we got 2 firewood. But firewood has an actual purpose now, right? I don't know if it originally did. So yeah, you could do that for a while and get some firewood. I don't know how much I need to make a fire. There's some iron arrows in there. There's a chair. Got a mammoth carcass. A tanning rack. Oh, look at all this shit you can make. Holy crap. Jesus. So you can make backpacks, of course, with 2 wolf pelts, 8 leather strips, bandanas, bandoliers. Yeah, so we could really increase our carrying capacity, which is good. And they have a ton of stuff. You'd think some of this would just be cosmetic, but no, it all adds to your carrying capacity. So can you just cover yourself in pouches? I don't know if that's really how it works. I don't know if the problem is, like, places to put this stuff. It's more, I can't physically carry it. But, alright. Maybe I'll get a vial belt at some point. That would be cool. That would be cool. So, yeah, you can just make all this stuff. The mage backpack is a special. That was a specific mod. So, carry weight increased by 70 and magic resistance increased. That's sort of the real goal. 3 leather strips, 3 leather, refined moonstone, magica powder, and wisp wrappings. I guess we'll see if we come by all that. And, of course, you can make a basic travel set. We can make tents. So you can make a large or a small tent. Requires 2 leather and 6 fur plate. That requires deer hide or saber cat pelts. Okay, that's all pretty fascinating. Ooh, raw mammoth snout. That's pretty good. We'll just take what we can get. Can I cook on this or no? Okay. Well, we accomplished the job, so that's pretty good. 25 garlic? Boy, oh boy. They were hoarding garlic up in here. We have a grindstone. Hey, nice. We can improve our longbow. I'm not going to do that. And take another axe. They got axes to spare. Coq au vin. What a weird thing to have in Skyrim. Like that seems like kind of immersion break. Like, where is the France of Tamriel? High Rock? I guess that's about it. Job well done. Job well done indeed. Well, that puts us over an hour, so I guess that's all we need to really say. I don't look like a I don't look like a mage right now. Not at all. With a woodcutter's axe on my back. But I got spells in my hand. Oh, you want to fight? I'll fight you right now. I'll fight you right now. Oh, he wants to fight. Oh, you missed. Oh, you still missed. You did. Yeah. Ooh, heavy armor. Look at that. And it's worth stuff, too. I'm going to sell all this stuff. Oh, gruesome. Imperial bow. I'll take your armor. There we go. Hey, a horse. I can steal the horse. Should I not have done that? Well, whose horse was this? This guy is clearly dead. It's my horse now. That's not stealing. That's just claiming it. Oh, holy shit. It's an iron battle axe. He's got a lantern and stuff. He's got goodies. Hold on. I'll take the lantern. I'll take his cabbage. Okay. A coin purse, absolutely. I'll take that. We'll take all his mushrooms. Why not? Get some lavender. Rub it on our skin. Smuggler's note. Take these prizes and eat them. We found our own source of skooma now. The real stuff, not that watered down third-hand trash you've been selling. Don't even think of ratting us out. One word to the guards, I'll make sure they know what that seer of yours is really up to. That's great. What do we got? I mean, I'm just looting everything because we're gonna sell it all off to somebody. I don't know what's up with that weird crap. But this is all about the looting until we get real powerful. Then we don't need this crap anymore. Hey, dexterity increased to 16. And I'm a little bit closer to level 2. Yeah, the leveling mod. I believe mine is set that it's a little bit slower to level. I'm not sure why, but it was recommended, so I think we'll level a little bit slower. Oh, here we go. I forgot about this. Oh, I remember now. Yes, I remember this. Okay. No, that's not it. I don't think I have that many lockpicks. There you go. Oh, but now we have 5 more. And we have an ancient text. Ooh, I wonder if that's related to the researching stuff. Where is this under? Oh, I have a bounty of 0. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, no, that was the bounty. Yeah, okay. Ancient text. What do I want to do? I want to analyze it. On glancing at the text, the characters appear to be elegant and curved. They are linked together at the top by straight lines. Text was obviously written by people that have a love of art. Just following the letters makes a sort of literary music. Okay, and what if I attempt a translation? The text is incredibly old, and all but a few pages are legible. You can attempt to translate the text, but the remaining pages are so brittle that they may not be legible afterwards. Experience with enchanting delicate objects may give you steady enough hands to preserve the text. You want to... yes. After spending some time trying to make sense of the foreign text in front of you, you finally concede there's no way for you to make sense of the text in front of you. You may need to find an already translated text to make any headway on this. Even while trying to hold the pages as delicately as you can, they're just so brittle that they crack under the slightest movement. After you've gone through the pages a few times or attempt a translation, the only intact pages in the tome are rendered illegible. Well, I mean, it didn't take us long to find one, so I'm sure we'll find another one. I don't think they're that incredibly rare. What the fuck? What the fuck? Where did they come from? Oh my god, they're beating the shit out of me. Oh my god, where did they come from? I got ambushed. That pisses me off, man. You dead now. Where did they come from? Ooh, I dodged you. I dodged you. Get dead. I injured your spine. Let's take it all. That underwear is... seems a little out of place, I'll be honest. Where did they come from? They didn't come from in here. They had to have... Were they roam? They might have just been roaming around and they saw me. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up soon. I'll loot this place. I'll do stuff on my own. That's my privilege. Alright, well, I don't know where they came from. And I guess I'm not going to steal the horse. Even though I thought... Cast on a horse to adopt or change ownership of that horse. Well, let me give it a try. If we can get a free horse. I mean, I guess... Like, what's stopping you from just using that at, like, a stable? And just saying, you're mine now. You belong to me. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Stupid horse. Alright, well, let's head back into Whiterun. There's got to be some reward for that, right? Unless the reward is just in the killing. Yep. I think I can just fast travel straight to his house. To his mansion. To his jarldom. Yep. Probably could have done that. But anyways, like I said, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this playthrough. There's a lot of cool stuff going on here. And if I was just doing a playthrough of all the Elder Scrolls games completely vanilla, just standalone, I don't know, man. I don't know how far I would have gotten. Mods really saved the day for me, personally. And if you're someone that doesn't care for mods or need mods, and you think of the vanilla experiences as intended and as it should be played and it's perfectly fine, well, all power to you. I'm just glad we have options. Dragon's Reach. I can't wait to fight my first dragon. That's going to be a freaking nightmare. That's going to be the Bone Magi from Oblivion times like 3. I hope not. I didn't set it on insane or anything, so we'll try and hold off a dragon fight as long as possible. But yeah, I think dragons should be something that are feared. That, you know, random, like, you can't just walk up and smash a dragon. Like, it shouldn't become some routine thing of you just killing dragons. It should be a pretty big fucking monumental.
Another wanderer here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
I don't lick no boots. Steward. Seward. What was it? A Seward or is it a steward? One of those words makes sense to me.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostility.
He doesn't seem to be here. He should be here.
You see, that's from Hammerfell. They've got curved swords.
Yeah, curved swords are cool. You'll hear no argument from me. Where the hell is this guy? He's got one job. To stand there and wait for me. Well, let's wait an hour. Even though NPCs don't move when you wait, so sort of a moot point. What's with these weird-ass kids?
I'm too young to train with a sword, so I practice with my fists.
I'll practice my fists on your face! He might be downstairs in the dungeon. I highly doubt it. Sure is a nice dungeon you've got here, folks.
Gonglog murdered the High King with his voice.
Yeah, I'll look into getting on the main quest. Because I'm assuming I can still do the main quest. I don't think Live Another Life changes it that much. I think there's another mod called Skyrim Unbound where you can also do some different starts and you can have it so that you're not actually a dragonborn or something like that, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. Oh, hey. That was a really scary sound you did. Well, I don't know where he is, so I guess we won't worry about it for now. I'll find him eventually. What the fuck? There's a skeleton in your pool, man. Oh, I went into water with my full fur set, so that'll take a while to dry off. I'm drenched. I'm drenched. You are soaking wet from rain or swimming, which significantly increases your rate of exposure. Dry off by standing near a fire or spending enough time out of the rain and not swimming. Increasing your coverage can help prevent getting wet in the rain, but not when you dive into a pool of water. Alright, well, I guess that'll wrap us up for today. Exciting stuff in the world of Skyrim, the land of Skyrim. I will be doing some stuff on my own. Probably not that much, though. I wouldn't think so. But there's a lot of spells. I'd like to get a lot of spells, so I am going to have to probably, get to a reasonable level. Especially, I have to get to level 15 so we can do the Dark Souls thing at the minimum. So, alright. My name is Mangg. Game you've been watching has been Skyrim. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.